When exactly are Lonzo Ball, Alex Caruso, and Patrick Williams going to return for the Chicago Bulls? Let's talk about it. What is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports Talk back at it with another video talking some NBA here to talk about the Chicago Bulls. So if you're a Bulls fan, please make sure to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Guys, this is the best way to support me. Make sure to follow me on all my social media platforms and hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I drop a new video. Okay, so people, let's talk about this because this is important. All-Star Weekend's over. The back half of the regular season's here. We've got about 20-plus-ish games here before we close out the regular season, and then it's playoff time. All right, we need our horses back. We need our guys back in terms of everyone getting healthy, right? We're able to right the ship throughout the season by having guys out, but now it's go time. Now it's time to get serious and get our guys back and fully healthy. And Lonzo Ball, Alex Caruso, and Patrick Williams, you're talking about two starters and a key bench player. So major impact to the Bulls lineup having these guys there. So very important on having them there. So when exactly can we expect them to return? Let's start with Lonzo Ball, number one. All right, Lonzo Ball, on January 20th, he was diagnosed with a small meniscus tear. All right, on January 20th. He had the surgery shortly thereafter. The Bulls opted to do that. They could have had him play on that and he would have been able to, but they wanted to be safe and they wanted him to get the surgery so he could be back before the playoffs. Well, if we take that timeline and then we extend it out 6 to 8 weeks, which was what the timetable that was given for his injury of when he would be returning, 6 to 8 weeks out from when he got the surgery, you're looking at a mid-March date, right? A March 20th week of that week date. And that's on the conservative side. So because that's 8 weeks. We're talking January 20th, February, March. 8 weeks, right? 4 and 4. It was given a 6 to 8 week timeline. So there's a chance he could be back sooner, right? We're talking early March. But early to mid-March is when Lonzo Ball, you should expect him to return. And I saw a video of Lonzo. I don't know if it was like recent or not, but it looked like he was pain-free in his knee. Like it looked like he was fine. Again, basketball activity is different, but just saying. So Lonzo looks to be good. That's when I would expect him back, early to mid-March. Alex Caruso, let's talk about Alex Caruso. He was injured on January 21st and was diagnosed with a broken right wrist. Obviously, we know that was due to the injury being caused by Grayson Allen's foul on and Alex Caruso. Don't want to get into all that, but pretty similar timelines because Lonzo was diagnosed on the 20th. Alex Caruso gets hurt on the 21st, so you can literally just take the same sort of timeline because even for Caruso, who got surgery, he was given a 6 to 8 week timetable to return. So same thing here. Early is potentially there, but mid-March is kind of what you're expecting for Alex Caruso as well. And AK gave an update on him. He's already doing conditioning and running, so it looks like he just needs to start ramping up the basketball activities because conditioning-wise, he's good. He needs to be able to shoot and do all that, but same thing. Right? Mid-March is probably conservative. Early March is probably optimistic. That's what we're talking about with Alex Caruso. Now, Patrick Williams, finally. Patrick Williams, let's talk about him. On October 28th, he tore ligaments in his left wrist, right? He got surgery for that, and he was given a 4 to 6 month timetable, all right? So that would put, from the time he got hurt and got the surgery, that would put him somewhere between March and April. Right? Because 4 to 6 months is a big difference, right? That's a difference of 2 months, but we're talking about March to April. And keep in mind that the NBA denied the Chicago Bulls a disabled player exception for Patrick Williams because the expectation is Patrick Williams will be back before the regular season or certainly by the playoffs. So March to April means what? Well, March, if you have him for all of March, you're going to get Patrick Williams there for a bunch of games. The Bulls have about 20-plus-ish games left. April, you're going to get him for about 5 games. So here's the thing, right? The Bulls have 23 exactly regular season games left. The regular season ends on April 10th. So if we get him in April, that's very little time for him to ramp up before the playoffs start. If we get him in March, depending on when we get him, that's a lot more time there. So, again, mid-March would give him about 10 games, and April would give him about 5. So, optimistically, if Lonzo, Caruso, and Patrick Williams all return in mid-March, that would give us about a solid 10 games-ish of having the entire roster healthy. Hopefully no one gets hurt, knock on wood, right? Give us 10 games to ramp up before the playoffs start. That would be the perfect case scenario. I am very optimistic on Lonzo and Alex Caruso coming back at the timelines that they were given. Not sure about Patrick Williams just because, again, it was such a vague timeline. That would be the best, but honestly, what I think happens is Lonzo and Alex Caruso, the Bulls will be conservative depending on what happens. If we start losing games, they'll tell them, okay, let's come back. If we're winning games, take your time. And so we're talking, again, I say mid-March for Alex Caruso and Lonzo Ball, and I say probably end of March for Patrick Williams, though I hope it's around that same timeline. So that is when we can expect them to be back, expect our entire team to be healthy, expect us to have all our guys and get ready and ramp up for the playoffs, folks. So hopefully that helped. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think they'll come back sooner? Do you think they'll come back later? Let me know down below as always.